What is required? Just be conscious on your ability. Means you should have the understanding what are your abilities, what are your qualities, what are your capabilities, your potential, so that you can strengthen your strengths, you can strengthen your potential or capabilities. And if you are having some flaws, or if you are having some lacunas, so you can overcome or you can improve those lacunas, you can improve those weaknesses. So always, if you are having this self confidence, you should always have the understanding about your capabilities, so that you can proceed accordingly. Okay, always a positive kind of behavior, personality, always proud on whatever he or she has achieved in the life. Always that person will be satisfied from whatever he or she is having in the life. Okay, and always the person is trying to do the maximum efforts to accomplish the goals and objectives whatever they have set in the personal as well as the professional life. So always the self-esteem and self-confident people always feel proud, they have the proud on themselves about their achievements, about their capabilities, about their strengths. Okay, then these kind of personalities always take care of yourself. Okay, means you should be conscious about your health, always eat healthy food, always you should take regular exercises, so that you can be mentally or physically fit. Okay, and you should always learn new things, new skills, new knowledge every time, so that you can cope up with the changing environment. Okay, so this is very much required if you are having, or if you are developing the high self-esteem, if you are developing the high self-confidence, that it is very much required that you should take care of yourself, you should take care of your health, you should take care of your body, you should take care of your heart, you should take care of your feelings, right? And you should always have that attitude that can develop the high self-esteem. If a person is having low self-esteem, he or she will always be very negative kind of person, or we can say very low energetic person. He or she is having low energy in whatever he or she is doing. Okay, or we can say the person is always underestimating him or herself, or always comparing him or herself with the others. Okay, so just do regard yourself, do love yourself, do like yourself, do value yourself. Okay, so this is the first and very important technique, that is building self-esteem and self-confidence. Now second one is communication awareness. A person should always be having good communication awareness. Means at what extent you can communicate, you can interact with the people, or how well you can interact with the people, how well you are having or you are developing the interpersonal skills, how well you can understand the people, how well you can understand the people's problem, or how well you can find out the ways to overcome or to solve the people's problem. Okay, so always the people who are having the communication awareness, always they should understand the body language of themselves as well as the body language of other person also. Why? Because if we are able to understand the other person's attitude, other person's body language, how he or she is reacting, how is the body posture, how is the body gesture, okay, what are the facial expressions, so easily we can give the space to that person, or easily we can be mixed up with that person. Okay, if we are able to understand the body language of that person. Okay, so if, for example, if a person is very much reserved kind of person, so we should not make fun of that. Okay, we should respect the personal space of that person. Okay, maybe we do not know about the background from where he or she is coming, we are not aware about the experiences that he or she has gained in the life, so we should not make the fun of anyone's attitude or perception or behavior. Okay, just be respectful towards the personal space, be respectful towards the other person, whatever or how well or how not well he or she is reacting towards any kind of situation or towards any kind of event or any kind of person. Okay, so some people are having the bubble area. Bubble area means ki that they do not want to open much with the others. Okay, and or we can say they want 3 feet or arm's length distance from the people. So just do respect that person's space. Do not peep into the personal space of anyone. Okay, so this is the communication awareness. If you are having this communication awareness, at what extent you have to speak, at what extent you have to be silent, in which situation you have to speak, or what you have to speak. So if you are having the understanding of this communication, yes, we can say that you are much able to develop the assertive kind of behavior, so that every person will like you, every person will be comfortable with you. Okay, in interaction or in dealing with the problems or in sharing the opinion or views or thoughts or feelings, right? Then the person should be having the positive image or positive message or positive thinking towards the environment or towards any person or towards any object. Okay, a person should always think solar. Solar means, solar stands for S for smile, O for openness, L for lean forward, E for eye contact, and R for relax. Okay, a person should always be smiling whatever the situation is, whatever the circumstances are. Okay, a person should always be balanced in the life, should always keep smiling. He or she should always keep smile on his or her face. Okay, openness, a person should always be open in nature. A person should always be sharing kind of person, sharing of thoughts, sharing of problems, exchange of ideas, exchange of feelings should be there. The people who are very open to others, they get very comfortable with the others easily. Okay, or they are more able to make friends easily. They are more able to adjust in the new environment. They are more able to adjust with the new people, new circle or new company. Okay, then lean forward. The people should always look forward. Do not look at the back, or do not stick on the past experiences. Do not stick on the past events that have been happened to you. Okay, just look forward or think about the present or think about the future, and just by gaining the experiences from the past events, you should have to set your goals. You should have to set your targets or schedules, so that you can achieve your goals, you can achieve your deadlines, you can achieve your schedules in your life. Okay, eye contact, a person should always have eye contact whenever he or she is doing the conversation with the people. Okay, when you are having the eye contact, then a kind of confidence will be developed in you, a kind of motivation will be developed in you. Okay, so whenever you are talking to the people, just you should have the eye contact with the people, so that the other people can understand you what you are trying to say, or vice versa. Means you should always have the capability to understand the people's problem. Okay, so when you will have the eye contact, then only you can understand the people's emotion, you can understand the people language, you can understand the people's problem. Okay, and R for relax. Just be cool, be calm, whatever the situations are. Sometimes, or most of the time, it happens, this is the human nature. So it always happens that whenever some bad circumstances are coming into our life, so we get hopeless very quickly or disheartened very quickly. So we should not do like that. Okay, so be relaxed, be cool, be rational whenever you are taking the decision. Just be rational. Always use your senses. What you are doing, what is the benefit of that doing, what are the consequences that will have the impact on your personal as well as your professional life. Okay, so whenever a person is following this solar system or solar aspect, we can say that person is more able to develop the assertive behavior or assertive kind of personality. He is more capable to develop. Okay. Then third one is I statements and assertive word choice. Whenever you are speaking anything, whenever you are communicating with the people, always you should use such kind of language, you should use such kind of words that can give the a positive kind of impact on the other personality. Okay, the choice of words, the selection of words should not be harsh, should not be rude. Okay, so whenever you are communicating, just use such kind of word like I feel. Instead of I say or I do, just use the words I feel or I would like to. Okay, so these kind of words or these kind of sentences give you the assertive kind of communication, positive kind of feeling from the other person instinct. Okay, and the people will be more comfortable with you. People will be more friendly with you if you will use such kind of words in your language, in your communication. Okay, so you should not attack on the individual's personality. You should always appreciate the personality. You should always give or appreciations. You should always use good words while you are communicating with the people. Okay, then you should not be having egoistic kind of attitude. You should always be cooperative in nature. Okay, or we can say you should always consider the feelings of other people also. Okay, because as you are having the importance in your eyes, the other people are also having the importance in their eyes. Okay, so every person is unique, every person is valuable. So always just replace this term egoistic. Okay, or we can say inculcate the cooperativeness, inculcate the coordination kind of attitude in your personality rather than the egoism or rather than the we can say a negative kind of attitude. Okay, this is the third technique. Or we can say like you should express your thoughts, feelings, opinions, okay, in a very positive or in a very humble or polite manner, so that everyone can understand you what you are trying to say, or the people can understand what are your feelings, what are your opinions, and they can accept them. If your thoughts will be negative, if your feelings will be negative, if your opinions will be negative, so it will create a negative personality, a negative impression on the others part. Okay, or we can say that other people will not give you the respect. Okay, then while using I statements and assertive word choice, we should always use clear and direct request. Okay, whenever we are asking something from the other, we should not be manipulative in nature. Whatever we are asking, just be straightforward in that. Okay, just do not manipulate the things so that the people can get confused what you are trying to say or what is the meaning of your conversation. Okay, so your conversation should be very simple, very humble, very polite, and very specific or direct. Okay, then acknowledgement, validation, and gratitude. Okay, so whenever you are communicating with the people, you should always be gratitude. You should always be having gratitude. You should always be having thankfulness in your perspective, or you should always be thankful while you are saying something, while you are interacting something. Okay, you should always be obliged in nature. You should always be thankful in nature. Okay, we should always be considerable in nature whenever we are talking to someone. Okay, so it requires receiving a compliment or feedback is an assertive act. Okay, so we should use such kind of language in your conversation. We should use such kind of words in the in your conversation, so that we can receive the compliments rather than the comments. And when we will receive the compliments, when we are having the positive attitude towards the people, towards the situations, towards the events. Okay, or when we show the positive or optimistic behavior to the people also, then only we are able to get the compliments. Okay, or the positive feedbacks. Okay, then when we focus on the behaviors, facts and the problems to be solved, then make sure to validate the other person's feeling. Okay, means if you are dealing with the problem of the people, okay, so always do respect the feeling of that person. Okay, so this is always be assertive kind of people, assertive kind of behavior, so that the personality can be transformed from negative to positive. Okay, we should always be thankful in nature. We should always give the thanks to God, because God has given us the beautiful life. Okay, so we should always be thankful to each and everyone who is directly or indirectly associated with us. Okay, our family, our friends, our teachers, our neighbor, okay, our colleagues, our siblings, grandparents. Okay, so all these people surrounding us, we should always be thankful to them, to be a part of us, to be surrounding with us. Okay, then these are the benefits of assertiveness. Okay, so whenever a person is developing the assertive kind of behavior, so what benefits he or she is getting? Teach individuals how to solve problems through cooperation and negotiation. Okay, this is the first benefit of assertiveness. This assertiveness quality or characteristic in the individual teach them how to solve the problems through cooperation and negotiation. Negotiation means when you are negotiating the things, you are dealing with the people, okay, and you are having number of alternatives, and you and both the parties, means you and the other party, both the parties, both the people are coming towards a particular solution, okay, for the problem. This is negotiation. Okay, we are having number of alternatives of a solution, and with the mutual understanding we are selecting or we are taking one right decision that will be mutually beneficial for both the people, both the parties. Okay, so assertive kind of behavior teach the people how to solve the problems with the cooperation, coordination and negotiation. Okay, then assertiveness helps the employees become problem solvers rather than the victims of a system. Okay, we should always develop such kind of attitude so that we can solve the problems of ourselves as well as the people problem. Okay, we should always having problem solving attitude whenever we are working in the organizations or whenever we are dealing with the personal problems. Okay, always we should be developing the problem solving attitude, problem solving skills rather than the victim of a system. Okay, then assertive kind of behavior can actually reduce the physical and mental stress. Why? Because assertive kind of person is always positive in nature, and when the person is positive in nature, he or she will always be having less mental or physical stress, because negative attitude, negative feelings, negative perceptions are the only source of getting highly stressed. Okay, so whenever you are having positive attitude, positive feelings, positive perception, so definitely your mental and physical stress will be automatically minimized. Okay, then communication or assertive communication becomes clear and more concise, which reduces the misunderstandings and clarifies the expectations. This is also a kind of benefit of assertive behavior if the people will do the communication in a very precise form, in a very concise form, in a very clear form. Means the message, the information, the content they are delivering from one person to other person, if that content, that message is clear, okay, or concise, means short, brief or specific in nature, then it improves the assertiveness or assertive behavior in a person. Okay, because it reduces the misunderstandings or confusions, okay, or it clarifies the expectations also. Okay, now assertiveness helps to listen or understand or put yourself in the other's shoes and then ask for clarification. Okay, assertive behavior kind of people are always empathetic in nature. What they do, whenever they are listening to the people's problem, they always put themselves in their shoes. Okay, they put themselves in the place of others, and then they think, then they realize what is the problem. What is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is when the people will put themselves in the shoes of others, then only they can understand what they are facing actually, what they are realizing actually. Okay, so with the help of empathetic listening only, empathetic problem solving only, we can easily understand the people's problem from the bottom of our heart. Okay, and then only we can give the solutions. Okay, rather than no one, or we can say nobody is bothered what is going on in the environment. Okay, but if we are having this empathy, if we are having this sympathy, then only we can understand what the other person is realizing, what the other person is feeling. Okay, assertive behavior helps to keep a person or an individual calm, cool in nature. Okay, these kind of people are always having deep breaths because they are more relaxed in nature, as they are having the positive perception, as they are having the positive behavior. Okay, or we can say whatever decisions they take, they think and think. Okay, and then they are taking the decisions. Means they are not taking the decisions in a very quickly mode, in a hurry. Okay, they think rationally, they think once, twice, thrice, or they think what is the consequence of that decision. Okay, they take too much time in thinking or in planning or in taking the decisions for anything. Okay, or we can say assertive kind of people are very much expressive in nature. They are very much comfortable in sharing the feelings of themselves with the others. Okay, so this is the benefit of assertiveness. Then assertiveness or assertive people, assertive behavior people are always prepared in their life. Whatever the situations are, they are always prepared. They do not hesitate, they do not get hopeless, they do not get conscious whenever the new things, new challenges come in their life. They always take the challenges in a positive manner. Okay, they are very adventurous in nature. They are very stick to the facts and figures or data or knowledge. Or on the basis of that facts and figures, they talk with the people. Means they do not talk without any proof, without any documents, without any data. Okay, they always talk, they always deal with the people when they are having some facts and figures in their hand, when they are having the proofs, strong documents in their hands. Okay, then assertive behavior prepares the person for the compromises. Okay, because in the life, if we will not compromise, then we can say we will not we will not achieve whatever we want to achieve. Okay, so compromises are very important in the life, and every successful person is always we can say compromising something. Okay, so some people are compromising their family, some people are compromising their friends to achieve something. Okay, so this is compromise. So all these benefits assertiveness is having, or we can say with the help of these aspects, with the help of these guidelines, a person is well capable to have or to build the assertive kind of behavior, assertive kind of personality. Now, professionalism in the workplace. Professionalism is very important. Okay, professionalism, why it is important? Because if you want to survive in the competition, if you want to survive in the competitive scenario, then you should be very much professional in the life. So professionalism means a particular set of values that you follow in the workplace. Means time management, stress management, punctuality. If you are punctual, means you are doing the professionalism. If you are honest towards your duty and responsibility, it means you are having the professionalism in your personality. If your sincerity is there in you, if you are accountable, if you are a responsible person, if you are responsible towards your roles and responsibility, if you are accountable towards your roles and responsibilities, it means you are professional. You are a true professional. Okay, so professionalism at workplace is a particular set of values or behavior, okay, that helps to, or that helps for a smooth running of the business. Okay, or we can say that is helpful for that person to survive in the business environment, to survive in the competitive scenario. Okay, or we can say it affects every aspect of day-to-day operations, and ultimately it impacts the company's bottom line. Okay, because if you will not show your professionalism in day-to-day operations, for any company daily operations are very important. Okay, on the basis of those daily operations, their manufacturing is done, their sales targets are done, their productivity is maximized. Okay, so if a person, if the people will not show the professionalism in the workplace or in the day-to-day operations, okay, so means meeting the deadlines on daily basis, okay, be punctual in the time, be punctual in achieving the goals and objective for the organization. Okay, so if a person is not meeting the deadlines, if a person is not fulfilling or not following the rules and regulations in their day-to-day operations, okay, so we can say that person is not that much professional. Okay, so we can say professionalism also defines the conduct or aim or qualities that characterize or mark a profession or a professional person. Okay, means the conduct of ourselves, how we are reacting in the workplace, how we are behaving in the workplace, how we are treating the people in the workplace. Okay, if we are at a senior position, then how we are treating with our team members, with our labor class, with our employees. Okay, this is professionalism. And the way we dress up ourselves, the way we behave in the workplace. Okay, then the way we are doing the work, the way we are meeting the deadlines, the way we are completing the goals and objectives of the organization, or daily objectives or daily targets. Okay, this defines the professionalism. Okay, so professionalism at workplace demands the mature responsibility and show passion for your work. Means a person should be mature enough to understand the responsibility of yourself. Okay, means if you have joined some organization, then being the employee, this is your role and responsibility, you should very well understand that. Okay, means if a manager is instructing you, if your superior is instructing you that this is your roles and responsibility, then you should very well understand and you should perform that role and responsibility in a very effective and efficient manner. Okay, you should develop the mature attitude to understand whatever your duties and responsibilities are in the organization, and you should have the passion for your work. Whatever deadlines, whatever responsibility is given to you, you should always show passion. You should always be passionate to complete that specific work or target in a particular time period or in a desired time period. Okay, then you should always know how and achieve the expected results. Whenever you are working in the organization and you are very much professional, you always having this sense, you always having this attitude how you can achieve the expected results, okay, or how you can achieve the targets that is desired by your superior, that is expected by your seniors. Means at what extent you can fulfill the expectations of your seniors. This is what professionalism. Okay. Then you should always give appropriate feedbacks on time to time, okay, to your co-workers or your supervisors, so that the improvements can be done whenever required. Okay. You should always give true feedback, honest feedback. You should always frequently give the feedback, so that time to time whatever changes can be made, whatever improvements can be there, that can be implemented, that can be happened in a proper or systematic manner. Okay. Then in professionalism you should always be having respect for yourself as well as for the others, or you should always have the respect for the time. You should not waste the time, because time is very important. Okay, whatever roles and responsibilities are given to you, whatever deadlines or targets are given to you, just put your maximum efforts to complete that. Okay, do not waste your time in talking rubbish or in gossiping or in doing irrelevant things. Okay, just be focused, whatever task, whatever work is assigned to you, so that you can complete that work in a timely manner. So respect for self, respect for others, respect for time. The three aspects are very much important to have the professionalism in the personality. Right? Then always show a willingness to learn and volunteer for new tasks. Okay? Suppose your senior has some work or some new work is assigned, so you should always have willingness, you should always show your willingness, your acceptability towards accepting that work. Okay, or towards learning something new, towards learning the new skills or knowledge. Okay, and volunteer means take the initiative first. Okay, so you should be always taking the initiatives for the new targets, for the new task, for the new plannings. Okay, so that your seniors can also do the respect to you. Your seniors can always give the respect to you, like you are more sincere, more responsible, more accountable person. Okay, then coming to the work in a good manner or in a good attitude is also a kind of professionalism. Means if you have done fighting at your home, okay, and you are going to your company, you are going to your workplace, or you are not having good attitude, you are not having you are full of anger, you are full of weak emotions. So this is what? This is the negative professionalism. This is not the good sign of professionalism. So whenever you are going to the workplace, always be cool and calm, always go with a cheerful face, always go with a cheerful or happy attitude. Okay, then be friendly and a team player. Whenever you are working in a team, you should always develop such kind of adaptability so that you can adjust in the team, you can adjust with your team members, or you can if you are sharing something, if you are sharing your emotions, if you are sharing your feelings, if you are sharing your attitude, so the other people can accept you, the other people can follow you, the other people can obey the instructions given by you, the other people can obey the rules and regulations framed by you. Okay, so whenever you are working somewhere, always be friendly in nature. Okay, always have democratic style of leadership rather than the autocratic type of leadership. Okay, so in democratic type of leadership, what we can do, we can have the opinions of others also. If we are planning something, if we are framing the policies, if we are framing the strategies, okay, so what we can do, we can invite the employees, we can give them the freedom to speak or to suggest something, or if they have given good suggestions, then as a manager, as a team leader, or as a part of a policy maker team, we should implement that specific decision. Okay, so be friendly or be a good team player, be a good team leader. Okay, this is the professionalism at workplace. You should develop a sense of capability, you should develop such kind of skills so that you can be a good leader. The people can understand you, the people can follow you, the people can obey your rules and regulations, the people can obey your instructions. So you should have such kind of attitude, such kind of personality, right? Then problem solving perseverance. You should always develop problem solving attitude. Okay, we should always cooperative or coordinative in the nature. Okay, whatever problems the people are sharing, we should always have empathetic listening, so that we can give the good solutions to solve those problems. Okay, so we should always having problem solving perseverance whenever we are working in the workplace. Then there are some important keys to be a true professional. A good role model for the others, including their behavior, attitude and feeling. Okay, means a true professional is always a good role model for the others. Okay, because he is developing the professional attitude, professional behavior, professional feeling. Okay, we should always, if we are at the home, so we should be at the home. If we are at the workplace, so we should be at the workplace. So we should develop such kind of attitude that we can have the balance between the personal as well as the professional life. Okay, so that we can say we are a true professional. Okay, whenever you are working in the organization, just forget everything, forget all the things, or leave everything at your home. And whenever you are coming to your home, leave everything at the organization. Okay, so good timekeeper. A true professional is very good timekeeper. He or she is having a good understanding how to manage the time. Okay, means in a day there are number of activities, there are number of events that, or there are number of targets we have to complete. So if we are a true professional, we should have the right understanding how to manage the time, so that we cannot be overburdened or underburdened. Okay, so we should balance our time in such a way so that we can accomplish each and every target, each and every work in a timely manner and in an efficient manner. Okay, then this is also a quality or a symbol of a true professional: dress properly for the role. Okay, whatever role is assigned to you, thus you have to be dressed properly. If you are a manager of the company, you should look like a manager. If you are the technician of a company, you should look like the technician. If you are a speaker or a motivational speaker, you should look like the motivational speaker. Okay, so whatever roles you have assigned by the side of organization or by the side of your seniors, superiors, you should always dress properly. You should always have the attire for the specific role, so that the people can understand you, the people can recognize you, okay, at what position you are or what roles and responsibility you are having as a true professional. Okay. Then speak in such a way that is appropriate to each audience without putting people down. Okay. A true person is always using such kind of language that can be acceptable by the others. He or she will never use abusive words. He will never use harsh language, rude language, okay, that can harm or that can that of negative kind of perception. Okay, so a true professional is always speaking in such a manner that will be suitable, that will be appropriate for the public, that will be appropriate for the people. Okay, such kind of people do not let down the people, or we can say they do not use such kind of language that can harm them or that can give the harmful effects to their health or to their personality. Okay. Then knowledge about the job and organization. A true professional is always having the good knowledge or in-depth knowledge about his or her roles, about the surroundings, about the professionalism. Okay. About the organization also. What is the structure of the organization? What is the environment of the organization? How we have to run the organization? What kind of people we are having in the organization? So, a true professional is always having a clear or deep knowledge of the job or roles or responsibilities or the organization. Okay. Then good with the people. A true professional is always good with the people, are always listening to the people, are always open to the people. Okay, these kind of people know very well how we have to behave, how we have to react, how we have to speak with the others in different situations. Okay, so they are always good in nature with the people. They know how to deal with the people. Okay. Then a true professional is always communicating effectively whatever the circumstances, actively listens. Okay.